So we have a very bad air leak, and I mentioned it to you guys in the past. We were able to finish that 272 piece order right on time before something busted. So yesterday we went to Harbor Freight and we got a regulator. So that's what we're gonna work on today. We're gonna go ahead and replace that bad one. Looks like the plastic, there's like a plastic cup that's inside of this. It's what finally busted. So now I had to figure out how to take all this apart and put the new one in there. I've never done this, you guys, but it looks like this is like a little lock mechanism that we're gonna have to slide out. And then once we unscrew the air coming in from this side, it should either slide up or just pop out. Oh, there it goes. I guess it was that simple. So we need this lock to go back in there for the new one. So we're gonna save that. This is the new part, and as you guys can see, it has these caps just so dust doesn't get in there. So we're gonna go ahead and remove them. This is where our gauge is gonna go. So we're gonna put some Teflon. We're gonna put some Teflon on this side, screw that in. And then this little lock mechanism has a seal, so we don't want to mess with that. We're just going to leave that alone. And then the other end, which is this one, it's going to be the one that connects to this side. Fairly simple. Looks like the only challenge here is going to be getting out this fitting, but I think I can get a good grip from here in the middle with the vice grips and just jam it out. Alright my friends, it looks like this part decided not to come out, so we're going to go ahead and get that part at Home Depot. To make sure we get the right part, we're going to take this sucker. And we're also gonna go pick up some shirts, so that's a good thing that we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back, and then we're gonna reinstall this so we can get rid of that ugly air leak that we had. And I don't know if you guys can see, but this glass inside was so cracked. It was just so old. So we're back from Home Depot. Took my part that I needed, and I got the fitting. I also got some liquid Elabon. It's called pipe thread sealant. So we're gonna go ahead and apply some of that and then put our fitting in here so that we can continue and finish this job right away. That should do it. That should do that. Okay, now to finish off the job, we need to connect this one. Goes this way. All right, so when we're putting in this lock mechanism that joins both of these filters together, you have to make sure that it's in there nice and snug, and you have to make sure that it's grabbing both of the filters at the same time. Okay, so this is what's going on here. This is the old part. Okay, so you can see this little curve that dips inside. When I put the lock, it's nice and flush all the way. Okay, now this new one that I got happens to have this notch up here. Can you see it? That one right there. So I'm supposed to shave off from here to the top, because otherwise, once I put this lock in here, like so, okay, see, it goes into the bottom, but the top kind of stays flying out. It won't let it go in. So I need to go shave off this little bit, take that out, and then once this is up here, we also have to take this little bit off. So I'm gonna go do that right now, and then once I shave it off, it's probably gonna look ugly, but that's okay because we're gonna be able to put the lock in there nice and flush, so we don't have an air leak. And that's the only modification that we're gonna do. I went over with my dad, he has the tools, so we went ahead and shaved off that little extra part that was bothering the lock. So now when we put it in, oh, that's backwards. When we put it in, now it's flush up against the wall. So now it's gonna seal all the way like it's supposed to. We're not gonna have a problem. All we really did is shave away the metal part that was right there on the top and bottom, and it was pretty simple. So if you guys ever buy this part from Harbor Freight, you know the original one, the original one already has the space right here so that the lock can just go, right here has the space so that the lock can just go in and be flush right away. But this one doesn't, so you just have to simply modify it. It wasn't that hard, especially if you have the tools. So let's go ahead and put it in, and we should be ready to air it up and see where the next issue is, I guess. Okay, now we just need to make sure we regulate the pressure that's coming in. We had it at 110, so we're gonna put it back at 110, and we should be good after that. It is definitely getting late, but let me tell you guys what's going on. I was on the phone with my friend Robert for about an hour and a half with FaceTime, and I ran into some issues after I shaved down one side of the regulator. So pretty much what happened was, and this is what you guys need to understand, this can be a very simple fix, especially if the cup breaks. If you find the same exact part and you don't want to go through all the troubles to change that little glass part, you can simply just screw this out, take the glass out, and then replace the glass. Boom, you're done. Simple fix, right? I'll put that back in there. Now, if you buy a slightly different part like the one that I did, so the regulator that I had there before was a little bit smaller. The cup was a little bit smaller, so I couldn't replace just the cup, and that's what was causing the air leak. So what I did is I had to replace the entire thing. Now, this was my first time doing this, so I ran into some problems that were probably common sense for people that have done this before, but since I haven't, this is what happened. I put in the regulator the wrong way. This was the out, and then over here was the in. So basically what I had to do was take this out, swap it to the back side, and then flip it. So now we have it the correct way. This is where the air comes in, and over here is where the air comes out. So I needed to shave off with the grinder, just like I did on this side, as I explained earlier. So it caused a little bit of a setback, but it's not a big deal. My dad has a grinder at his house, so I'm gonna go pick it up in the morning, take this apart, shave off the other end so that the lock that's in the middle, this lock, can sit nice and flat and fix that issue. So let me show you. I'll take it apart real quick. It's very simple. And I tried to shave it earlier. I tried to cut it. I tried to sand it. It's just not gonna work. So as you can see, we still need to work it a little bit better so that the lock is gonna sit nice and flush. And after that, we're just gonna regulate the pressure to 110 and we should be good. So It was a learning experience. It took me about 2 or 3 hours to figure this out. Thankfully, it was nothing crazy where we lost a lot of production time, because obviously right now it's 12:03 and it's very late. So this is when I have time to work on the machine, and really I don't mind it. So thankfully I have help from my friends, and they're willing to show me the steps and how to troubleshoot some of the problems that I have. And that's why I like to put these videos together for you guys, because not everybody shows the steps on how to fix certain parts. And thankfully, you know, I have the help over the phone, just in case I don't understand it, to put it together for you guys. So hopefully this makes sense if you guys ever need to change the regulator. It's very simple. For me, it was kind of complicated because I never done it before, so I made that little error of putting it backwards, but it wasn't too hard to put it back the same way. It's just not knowing these things that can cost you to lose a lot of time. So if you find this video helpful, go ahead and put a like on it, share it with somebody that you think might need the help, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one, and then hopefully tomorrow when I'm vlogging here again, that thing is going to be working perfectly. So that's it for today.